Today at Manchester Theatres, I have been invited along to Lowry to meet with Manchester's very own Peter Ash, who is currently touring with Peter James's Picture You Dead, which is coming to Lowry from the 16th of April. Now, of course, we all know and love Peter from playing Paul in Coronation Street, a role that stole the hearts of the nation, brought us many moving and important storylines, and also won you the NTA for Best Newcomer in 2020.
Yes, wow, what an introduction, thank you. Obviously I did 6 years on Corrie, finished last year, and it was amazing, you know, especially doing that MND storyline. I'd say that was the proudest moment of my career so far. Yeah. And like you say, here at the Lowry. Here at the Lowry, ready to take on one of the most fastest growing franchises ever. I mean, we're talking like 20 Sunday Time top books, big TV series, seventh play, and he's now the most successful modern crime writer since Agatha Christie. Yeah, you know all about it. Big fan, big P. James fan. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And like you said, this is the seventh one of his books adapted for the stage, and it is great fun. We're having a great time performing it so far. Doing our UK tour. We'll be at the Lowry in April, so I can't wait. Obviously, this is like my hometown, so I'll have the family, the friends, my ex-Corrie colleagues in. It's going to be great, and I can't wait to get back up on that stage. And this is the world premiere of this stage of this adaptation. So, Picture You Dead. Tell us a little bit about the plot and the story, because even though it's a Roy Grace novel, he's not in it as much, is it? Is that right? Because I've not seen any of the other plays, I don't really know how much that compares. But yeah, the basic storyline is a seemingly ordinary couple, car boot sale, they come across this picture that they buy, tatty old picture that they buy just for the frame, but then they discover beneath the picture is an older potential masterpiece painting, could be worth millions. So they come to my character, who is an art copyist, based on a real guy, David Hegarty, who actually copies paintings for real, like meticulously one-to-one copies to the point where experts can't even tell the difference. He's that talented. He's got a great eye for detail. So yes, the couple come to me to get a copy made of this potential masterpiece, which he agrees to. And then it's, some nefarious characters get wind of this as well. So it's all a bit of a rush to see who's going to get the painting, who's going to end up with the real one, and then there's a couple of copies floating around as well. So without giving too much away, that's kind of like the basic storyline, really. So it's going to keep the audience guessing. It's also quite funny as well. Like there's a lot of bits in it. I was going to say, there's like twists and turns and thrills like you'd expect in a crime, but there's a lot of humour in this one. There is. I swear, there's a lot of moments. Like every night, we'll get a guaranteed laugh at certain points, and it's great as well. And there's also the moments where the audience audibly gasp at things that happen on stage, and it's great fun. It's so exciting to be part of. And like I say as well, my character's based on a real guy, which I didn't even know when I first read the script. I found that out a bit later, and it was... So where does fact and fiction kind of cross over with it then? Do you know what? I mean, a lot of it is based on his life. Like, he used to forge passports, the real David Hegarty, obviously, which is a crime. He got caught for that. He spent a bit of time inside in the 90s, where he did art classes and kind of discovered that he could adapt this skill into painting and copy paintings. So I mean, that's all real. That's all based on the real guy, and that's pretty much what my character is. I mean, the things he gets up to in the play might be embellished a bit, of course. But to be playing someone that is based on the real guy with such an interesting story. I was going to say, what's it like? Because he's seen it, hasn't he? So having so you're playing like this real person, and then he's there watching you. Is that like a bit of a head mess? Is that like a little bit of extra pressure when you know that the real guy's in? But I mean, David Hegarty is a great guy, great character, really lovely guy, and he absolutely loved it. He loved it, and he was really made up, which was great. You know what I mean? And we actually used some of his actual real copied paintings as our set dressing. For David's little art studio, which is a beautiful bit of set. I mean, it's covered in these gorgeous paintings, and also splodges of paint all over the floor in my costume and everything. It's It's just great fun. We're having loads of fun with it.
I was going to ask you about the set, because every time I read something about this play, people are like, oh my God, the set, like how it takes you from location to location so seamlessly.
It's a very, very clever set design. Obviously we were rehearsing for 3 weeks, kind of without the set, and then when we moved to High Wycombe to start technical rehearsals, we got to finally... I mean, we saw little models of it before, so we had an idea of what it'd be like, but when we saw it for real, and we got to play around on it, it's great. It's a real impressive set. Yeah.
Does it sort of alter when you go to different venues? I mean, I don't mean alter, but because I was like, this stage that we're looking at here is huge, and then other stages
different
might
venues.
Be,
I mean, the stage, it fits on the stage in most places. Sometimes the cross is a little bit more on, so it's sightlines mostly that are different in different venues. But obviously, you kind of figure that out, and then you first day at a new venue, and you realise which bits need to be changed a little bit. But it's a different feeling as well with every venue. Different audiences bring different energies. Even night by night, it's different. So I mean, I guess that's the great fun about touring as well.
And you get theatre, live theatre.
Absolutely, nothing like it. And you get to visit places in the country you've never been before. Like I'm off to Richmond tomorrow, never been there. That's great fun. Just did Brighton. I'd never been there before.
Which, of course, is where it's all set.
Of course, that was a big stopping point on the tour, actually. There, Brighton, obviously the home of Peter James and where all the stories are set. He's got quite the fan base down there.
I can imagine. That was
great
something. And what I love about this one is that, so like you said, you're playing David Hegarty based on a real character, but it looks at the grey areas of characters rather than just black and white. So he's this character who's like charming, and even though, like you say, he has done a crime and he's gone to prison, the audience trust him. And then next to some of the other people in the play, he really is one of the good guys.
I mean, obviously, again, without giving too much away, it's I mean, the play starts off with you know he's reformed, you know he's done the time, and it was actually Roy Grace that caught him originally, so they have a bit of a rapport as well, a friendly one. I mean, by the time the events of the play take place, I think he was in prison like a good 15, 20 years ago, so it was a while ago. He has reformed, and it's kind of...
But it shows you can be a good person who just makes some bad choices.
Oh, absolutely. It's life, isn't it? Like, we've all been there. We've all done things we wish we hadn't done. So, absolutely. And, that's a great bit. And all the characters as well, they're so interested as well, and kind of... Like, even when you read the books, they come off the page, and they're so kind of vivid, and you're like, we're all having great fun, like... with these characters, it's a great cast as well.
George Rainsford returning.
Absolutely.
As Roy Grace. He's played the part before in a different one.
Yes, also used to be in Casualty, of course.
And
we've got the amazing Fiona Wade, who was in Emmerdale as well. And then the whole cast is great. We're having great fun, getting on great, and
So are you more then, with your art, a Dave Hegarty or a Pictionary kind of drawer?
I'm definitely a Pictionary drawer, like cartoons and stickman as opposed to real life, I mean, I used to love doodling as a kid, and I probably would have maybe got into art or something, but then I kind of discovered drama, and I preferred the acting kind of thing. But I do, a great respect for anyone who can do the art like the real David Hegarty can. It's an incredible talent, like such an eye for detail. Because it's not even just every brushstroke pretty much needs to be the same, and then it's also the 3D elements of a painting, like where the paint builds up and cracks in it. How do you get that the same and to the same scale? And it's magic as far as I'm concerned.
Talent,
it's an incredible
really
talent.
And we're talking about art there, and they say like, whether it's theatre or art or stuff, it can inspire and enlighten and teach you, which is a great thing.
Absolutely.
So what has this play then given you? What have you learned, maybe about yourself or?
Well, I've learned a lot about the art world, really, like an insight into that, because it's incredible that was a thing, that people can copy, and, that in a lot of museums and that, when you're looking at famous paintings, quite potentially could be a copy or a forgery, and
we'd never know.
No one would ever know.
No.
People say the Mona Lisa isn't the real Mona Lisa. I had no idea that was even a thing. So it's very interesting, and then obviously the whole world of collectors as well, art collectors, and them wanting, exclusive kind of ownership of certain
Yes.
paintings that they might not ever tell anyone about or show anyone. They just want it for themselves.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And the
it's
money
quite an
involved.
eye-opener. Oh,
We're in the wrong business.
Absolutely. yeah. I mean, that's the whole point of
Yeah.
the storyline. Here they find this painting that could be worth millions.
Yeah.
And, an old Fragonard painting, an old French master. And it's incredible.
It's unbelievable. Peter, thank you so much for your time today. It's been an absolute treat, and I cannot wait for this play to come. I'm a huge fan of the Roy Grace novels. There's going to be another one back here at Lowry from the 16th of April. So we cannot wait to see you over there on the stage.
And I can't wait to be performing on there. So, thank you very much.
And on your day off as well, you've joined us. So thank
that's all
you
right.
so
No
much.
problem.
We'll see you very soon.
I will indeed. Thank
you.
What's the difference between 5 million and 50 million pounds?
I've promised I'll find it for you. Be patient.
How do we know we can trust you?
I'm a painter, I'm not a con artist.
Looks like we have a plan. We're investigating a murder. You may have stumbled into something that is bigger than you thought.
Well, all I did was make a copy.
Just a one copy.
Mr. Hegarty.
Just get my picture, whatever it takes. Please, I'll do anything, whatever you want, boss. Where?